All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to the show. So Ryan Donef, thank you very much for the follow on my kick. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Oh my god. The only way that I can actually attract new people onto my streams is if I actually stream. Probably the only reason that I actually that I'm actually able to actually get around and shit. So yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're asking, okay, hold on. Okay, before I address stuff, hold on. Let's just be real. I like to practice shots, but before we do that, God, Slycane is up and around again. Oh my god. Of course Slycane is around. Of course this piece of shit is around. Of course this piece of shit is around, and he is gambling.
What's that?
He's gambling like a piece of shit bitch, dude.
Oh, another respin.
Seriously.
What the fuck's happening? Huh.
You know, this guy is supposed to comply, but of course we cannot expect him to comply because he doesn't care about the law. But of course, if there are guidelines when it comes to broadcasting, you've got to comply with shit. And right now, he isn't. He actually did an IRL stream earlier, out like it's normal, coffee and house supplies. Hopefully when he's out in public, he takes note of that shit, dude. But if he's allowed Gracie and...
So
okay, fine.
When you eat too much fried foods and too much coffee, you get...
I'm just looking at it. I'm just making sure that's Slycane.
The gallbladder...
Okay? Let's just be real, okay? Let us just be real.
It's used to store... It comes from the liver and...
I am making sure that in August 10...
food,
okay?
Separate it to help...
August 10...
like parang separate the fat.
This piece of shit is supposed to be...
gallbladder anymore.
Okay, hold on. Guidelines. Okay, guidelines. Here we go.
You're not allowed to eat cake.
August 9. I'm making sure that I keep track of that shit to make sure that everyone complies. This piece of shit is not complying yet. Guidelines on the processing personal data collected using body-worn camera. So far, he doesn't give a damn. Anyway, I guess...
Like, what do you feel like eating tonight?
I feel like eating some shit. You should do that too, Slycane. Anyway, I don't care if there are others. There are others there. Anyways, it doesn't matter if you're IRL streaming with their backs turned or not. You make sure to blur their faces. Okay? You make sure to absolutely blur their faces. You do that for their sake. You do that for their privacy. Okay, Slycane? But of course he won't listen to me because you're doing other shit. Okay? You're doing other shit and you don't care. You don't care about the law. You don't care what others are critiquing of you. You're only making sure that the high of your fame just keeps going and you just keep getting paid. And now you're just gambling. You're just gambling your shit. You're actually doing that because Kick allows you to, because you're using stake.com for that. My god. I'm always going to take the high road, avoiding gambling streams as much as possible because I am not about that life. I tried that life, it did not work. If you're going also, if there's anyone who's going to support Slycane's gambling streams like this, you are all problematic. God. Right now, we have a problem. We have a gambling problem, online gambling problem here in the Philippines. And he is going to set an example for other gamblers who are going to actually try their luck. They're going to actually gamble all their savings away? Fuck that. I am not about that life. Nobody should be about the gambling life, bro. Nobody should be about the gambling life. Nobody. But no, is anyone else going to listen? I don't think so. Because goddamn, people will not give a damn if they are going to be the most self-destructive ever or not. All they just do is entertain to the point of content is everything over their lives and everything over their priorities and shit. It's just so sad. We've come to that point of entertainment that we have to be the type to actually force the acknowledgement onto other people just because we're entertaining. We're not supposed to be entertaining to the point that we're supposed to cater to everyone. No, that's not what live streaming is supposed to be. Live streaming is supposed to be what we feel follows, bro. Not what others are saying just because they want us to go viral, for fuck's sake. That's the trap. Johnny Somali got trapped in that shit, and now he's in big trouble for it on 3 countries: Japan, Israel, and now South Korea. And where does the content over everything mindset lead you to? Ruin. It leads you to ruin. It leads you nowhere. So don't lead yourself to nowhere, bruh. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and you don't follow the 1, 2, 3. You follow 1, 2, 10. Just to get yourself somewhere? Really? Disregarding the consequences? If you don't think for yourself as a streamer, if you don't think for yourself as a content creator, you are trash all the same. I'm saying it again and again and again. You are treating yourself as trash. Damn, dude. Do better. Honestly, just do better. God damn. That's all we're asking of you. That's all we're asking of anyone, bro. That's all we're asking of anyone. Seriously. That's all we're asking of anyone. Dude. Have common fucking sense. Have common sense, bro. It's like, hey, Johnny Somali, Vitali's already jailed. He didn't get himself straight. Good for him. Jeez. You don't have a single ounce of consideration. If you have no single ounce of consideration ever, then you deserve what's coming to you, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me just break. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought there was something I needed to do, but apparently there isn't. It's fine. So I should probably make the footer for the. Okay, what are my list of footers for the? I should probably check the footnote. Footer slides. Here we go. I should probably make the footer. Yeah, I should probably do that. I should probably make live stream VODs. Yeah, I should probably make the live stream VODs thing. Yeah. I should probably make the hold on. Where's the Okay, before I proceed with what I'm gonna do, I think it's about time that I do make that playlist link. It'll be very important. Okay? It'll be very important if we do that. Get the shareable link. Okay. Continue to for free. Okay. Export barcode. Actually, no. Copy the clipboard as image. Okay. Here we go. Look at the social logos. Social logos. YouTube. Okay, YouTube logo. Here we go. Right.
Where were you when the levy just
Kashro Mist, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? I'm just editing some footers for the shuffle. Okay, so I'm actually just adding the live stream VODs link. So yeah, the QR code itself. So you won't actually miss shit. Hold on. So where is it? It's right here. Okay, wait. Castro, you should say hi, bro. If you can't say hi, then you're a bot, probably. Of course, I'm not going to be surprised if I'm actually going to see a bot again. So that's going to be something. If I'm actually going to see Castro Mest. Are you a bot or are you not? Okay, so you're a real profile, but here's the thing, okay? You have an empty profile, and my account age restriction is supposed to be at least within 6 months. So, if you're not going to say hi, I don't know, okay? At least say something. Say something to actually make me believe that you're legit. Because if you're just going to make me believe that you are not legit, I'm not sure. Okay? I'm just being real. Also, I'm not earning anything from my streams at all, and I already enabled subscriptions. So, just making sure that you understand. Unless you get something to actually give me, I won't consider you as legit. Even a simple hi, bro. Honestly, you gotta do that. At least give a simple hi. At least do that, please. At least do that. If you're not being real, I don't know. Okay, honestly, I'm just losing some hope here. I don't like it, but that's what I feel. Definitely I'm just being real with you guys. It's just hard right now. It's just hard. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh, I know. Why am I saying this? Nothing's gonna happen to me. No one's gonna subscribe to me to get me money for whatever shit. I'm just trying to take the high road all the time, and I'm just making sure that I am the type to not enjoy being viral, but at the same time I want to be by myself and always take the high road every single beat of the stream. Okay, that's what I want to do. To be the most chill guy, and to not follow every single trend that there is. I just want to be that type. Okay? Why can't people be that type and then earn something? Why can't they? Because it doesn't go viral. It doesn't do shit. That's sad, actually. And I hate that thing. I really hate that type of trend where you have to do that stuff to actually matter. It's just sad, dude. It's really sad. Alright, here we go. Okay, where's the... Where's the QR code? Okay, footer slides. Yeah, here we go. Alright, here we go. I am just going to check Where the footer slides are? Footer slideshow. Okay, got it. And now I will check the drive. Give me a moment here. I will do that. Give me a moment. Let me just do what I gotta do. Here. Here we go, here we go. There we go. Now let's remove it because it's not needed there anymore. And now here we go. It's gonna acknowledge the new file. Now that it has, but insert it. Hopefully it does work and that the file gets recognized. So yeah, I'm only just putting the links in the other shit. But of course, if you'd like to actually see the live stream VODs link, it will be there. It'll be actually there. Hopefully it does show when it comes to being randomized and shit. The codes also are there too. So let me just see if it actually does show. It will show. I will be patient for it. I will be seeing it probably once every 2 rotations or something like that. I'm not sure. But if it's not gonna be once every 2 rotations, then okay, sure. Why? At least it'll be right there. I'm not going to really lose my sleep over it. I know that it's just on rotation. That's what matters to me. Okay? That's what matters to me. Now where are we with the stuff? The Rumble link is right there, but I'm not really streaming to Rumble because, hey.
JD Vance.
Live stream VODs. The quotes keep coming back and shit. Just keeps doing that and stuff. Then keeps going back to Facebook and then other stuff. Let me just keep waiting at it. Card QR is right there. Sure. It does. I'm just observing. I'm just making sure that I don't lose sleep on it and stuff. The YouTube link, the Discord, make sure to actually follow if you guys like to, because scannable QRs are the way to go, bro. Card QR as well is right there. So let me just make sure that I'm not missing a beat. There's also my Twitch, but I'm no longer streaming there because they cater to an enabler of terrorism. Fuck enablers of terrorism. They don't deserve my love. They don't deserve, and I don't want to support a platform that enables terrorists and enables enablers of terrorists to actually just. Hassan Piker. I hate that guy. I really do. Anyway, yeah, hold on. Why is it that it's not going through? I'm not sure. I know that the footer slideshow does include stuff. Hold on. Yeah, it's from streaming, current overlay. It's streaming recording, streaming overlay, streaming footer slides. Yeah. I didn't miss a beat, did I? Hold on. Remove that. Remove that. Hold on. Add files. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna say no to that. Details. Ah, yes, here we go. Okay, open that. It's all there. Randomized playback, it's over here. So, it's not supposed to miss anything, is it? Okay. Basically, this is it. It's randomizing playback, making sure that each file is actually there. Heck, it's randomizing for all files, so thank God it's doing that. Oh, there it is. The live stream VODs finally arrived. Thank you. It's finally there. The live stream VODs link is now showing. Thank God. Thank God, that's actually good. Thank you. Okay, so it's gonna keep randomizing playback and shit. It's fine. Doesn't matter much, but it will at least keep real and stuff. Right. Thank you. Now we're all right here. Here's my problem right now. Apparently my Steam is downloading slow, and it's not entirely doing a good job of yeah. It's not doing a good job of doing whatever. It's just, and there's a lot too. I don't know what is happening with Steam right now, but they're slowing down downloads on Southeast Asia for some reason, and I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like what's happening. Okay. Right now, where are the files? The installed files are on D. And since I'm not... You know what? PUBG is not exactly my cup of tea anyway. It doesn't matter. Take Ready or Not, and then remove Battlegrounds from my library because it's not my thing anyway. PUBG, even if it has quite a problematic shitter. Problematic shitter to me anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna uninstall it. PUBG is not part of my list anymore. It's not part of my shit anymore. It's just no. I don't want to waste time on it. Honestly, I don't want to waste time on it if it actually just gives me problems. Okay? Now, as for how long Ready or Not is going to actually download, I don't care. As long as it does what it should. At the moment, it's not even going by megabytes. What is happening? I don't know what is going on. Sometimes I just fear that something has gone wrong with the files and shit. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter much. Yeah. Alright. Okay, what's gonna happen right now is that I am going to be serious with what I'm doing. I will be making sure that I got shooters. Or, okay, I could watch some YouTube because I am up for reactions. I like to actually do some reactions. Kind of matters to me anyway, so yeah. The original movie starring... Okay. We gotta talk about something. Hold on. But before I do that, wait. Before I do that. Okay? Gotta be real. I gotta be real. I've gotta be real. Okay? I'm gonna be real with this. I don't want to be the type to actually leave this subject out. I'm not exactly someone who's actually in the workplace and shit, but let me just be real with you. God. This is 10 days ago. I won't be able to do this. No. stuck. I'm not gonna stick with that. I'm not gonna stick with that if I'm not going to react to it. All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm just going to prioritize OBS Studio. Put it on real time. On real time. Doesn't matter. It will be on real time because I am streaming. But I will have to react to this. It will be important to me. It is important that we get this shit out. Okay. It's related to VTubers. What I'm gonna be talking about here. All right, I'm gonna be really talking about it. Okay, workplace culture, right? There's a need for us to actually, okay, not workplace culture, treatment of talents. I'm talking, okay, I don't know much about the virtual YouTuber industry, but when it comes to corporations retaining their talents, isn't it the job for a virtual YouTuber talent agency to actually retain their actual talents by making sure that their virtual YouTubers are actually happy, are actually pleased with the services that the talent agency provides? Isn't it supposed to be that way for corporate VTubers, for corporate VTubers, or for talent agency VTubers in general? So why are we at a point in which there are corporations taking profit, actually strategizing profit over talent retention? Why are we coming to a point in which the usual virtual YouTubers are eventually being labeled as virtual YouTubers who are in black virtual YouTuber talent agencies? Basically, the likes of any color, the likes of, okay, what's the VShojo company? What's the company for VShojo? VShojo is an American talent agency that focuses on promoting VTuber content creators. Okay, and this is actually based in San Francisco. Okay, got it. Okay, so VShojo is a talent agency in itself. And Any Color is a talent agency that actually is the boss of Niji Sanji, the Japanese branch, and the EN branch. Okay, we have a very problematic situation when it comes to Niji Sanji English, because they simply laid off one of their own forcefully because that person is not working. Simply, that person is not working, but they are ignoring the fact that that certain talent had emotional problems because of toxic workplace culture that they were actually ignoring. So she left. That was the name of the virtual YouTuber in question was Selen Tatsuki. Now there is a success story after Selen Tatsuki left Niji Sanji English. Okay? A success story in the name of Doki Bird, because that was her former persona before she joined up Niji Sanji, and then she eventually returned to it. Okay? She was a success story because she had a lot of supporters who were very angry with what Niji Sanji had actually decided, with what Any Color had actually decided. They think the difference when it comes to support to Any Color is negligible. No. This is the problem that they have. What they think is happening is Any Color is getting more support because they think that people care about them. No. The people support virtual YouTubers more. That is what they have to realize. And apparently they don't realize that, and eventually for a while their stocks went down. That's a very big lesson to learn. That companies do not succeed because of the mindset that they are supported. No. It is the virtual YouTubers who are being supported by their fans. The fans do not support the company unless they are actually pushed to. But unfortunately, the kinds of companies who do that are called black companies. And you know now which company is actually doing this next? Because of a certain virtual YouTuber's recent departure, VShojo. VShojo is now what I'm suspecting is becoming black. Zentrea left VShojo. Matara Khan left VShojo. And now, as of recent, Iron Mouse has left VShojo. Now, why is it that this matters? There is now a third VTuber who has left VShojo because of problems in the workplace. This is much bigger than we thought, because VShojo actually owes money. They owe money to an outreach in the likes that actually Iron Mouse nurtures, because she has a condition, if I'm right. Hold on. So let me just say it. Iron Mouse departure from VShojo. Iron Mouse has responded on Twitter about what happened. Okay, I'm just going to look at this on a Reddit called r/virtual YouTubers, a subreddit here. Okay, I'm just looking at this. To my community, I love you all and dearly thank you. She's heard about what she did, but she had no choice because she has actually been hurt by what VShojo has done. Never expected VShojo to stoop so low. That money was for sick kids and sick people, because the kind of condition that the kind of immunodeficiency condition that she has, others have it too, and VShojo withheld the funding for the same kids that she's supporting. The same type of people who have immunodeficiencies like she has. She's supporting them, and VShojo withheld funds. And apparently, the allegation she's made against the allegation that she's made against VShojo amounts to at least $500,000 US. That is bad for VShojo. That is absolutely bad for VShojo. Considering that she has been ignored, considering that she has actually been ignored when it comes to this matter, makes me want to believe. Considering that VShojo is now having problems with its own virtual YouTubers who are now leaving the talent agency, I'm suspecting it is now starting to become black. Considering that Niji Sanji is actually treating the virtual YouTubers this way, their toxic work culture, I am not going to be surprised that VShojo is turning black. I am very serious about this. The reason why virtual talent agencies are beginning to actually collapse is because they don't focus on talent retention. They don't keep their talents happy. They don't keep their talents satisfied. So what do the talents do? They either leave their personas entirely, or they grab their personas, make sure that they're independent. Okay? Because if virtual YouTubers start as independents and they get migrated into virtual talent agencies like Hololive, like Niji Sanji, like VShojo, basically they can do whatever they want with those characters because it's their character. However, if there are virtual YouTuber agencies who make their own characters and these talents are going to assume those roles, and these virtual YouTuber agencies do not retain their talent, what are they going to expect? That the fans are going to support the company? No, that's not the point. They gotta retain their talents, and if we're including fundings for organizations that support immunodeficient individuals is going to be part of the talent retention, then they have to comply with that too. And because VShojo has not actually retained their talent due to their lack of obligation, Iron Mouse had lawyered up to make absolutely sure if there's going to be a lawsuit, she is ready for it. And oh boy, is she not gonna go down without a legal fight. She is not gonna go down without giving any legal repercussions against VShojo, because holy heck, VShojo is an American firm. It is an American firm. So yeah, they're going to either VShojo is going to have legal representation of their own, or they are going to force the settlement. Not only will VShojo be paying for the settlement, but they'll also be paying for the additional for damages. Because let's just be real, 500,000 US American dollars is no joke. Withholding funds that is meant for protection and the nurturing of immunodeficient individuals. You don't do that. They stooped down so low to the point of actually withholding those funds. It is bad, bro. It is actually bad. Why would they do this? Why would they do it? Honestly, I don't know. But it is bad for them. It should not be even happening. But no, it's happening. It's happening. We're going to be reacting to one of the. We're going to be reacting to a certain video called "Why I Left VShojo" by Iron Mouse. We're going to be watching it together, and let's just be real, okay? I am angry at VShojo for this. I thought VShojo was screwing up repeatedly as a few VTubers are starting to leave, but this definitely is going to burn VShojo. No joke, it is going to burn VShojo to the point that they would not be able to easily recover. And if their stocks go down as a result, that would make them learn their lesson. VShojo, Niji Sanji, any color. Let's just be real, guys. You guys have not been learning. The fans do not support your company if you're gonna do this. But don't expect them to support your company if you don't learn to retain your own talents. You do what they need. You do shit on their terms. You can retain them. They are happy. This is not the way to do things. If you see companies profiting, you don't stoop down low. You don't stoop low just to make sure that you maintain your profits more. It's ethics, and at the same time, they're just codes of conduct being broken here. There absolutely is codes of conduct being broken here. So we are going to watch it together, okay? So stand by. I'm going to make sure that this video is up. I'm going to make sure. I have actually stopped right in the middle because okay, she's already left V Shoujo, but this is the video that has actually come out that actually tells us that she has already done so. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's hope that everyone who has common sense would actually see that this is a serious matter. You don't stop in retaining your talents just because you want to profit as a company. V Shoujo has become selfish and has now joined Niji Sanji and being a black company. I'm going to say it. Sue me if you have to. V Shoujo is turning black. This is a warning for everyone who is actually supporting corporate VTubers. Support the VTubers as your idols. Do not support the companies who are not retaining talents just because they want to profit. Screw the corpo brass, for they actually want more money in their pockets. Screw them.
I am leaving Bishoujo. Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by Bishoujo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from Shoujo.
There it is.
I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full story. But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of Bishoujo. If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you're ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely.
That's actually a
due to
good
the fact that I had
cause, you know.
a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a low to near non-functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online, because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind.
I'm sure there are actually videos when it comes to Iron Mouse's story, but even with her struggles as a VTuber, ever since she actually started, there was a success story that was waiting to happen, and when that success story actually came to its actual climax, there was a lot of support given to her. I didn't follow her entire journey, but the success story in itself just tells of her character. She kept on going even in the midst of her health problems. She made sure to keep herself consistent as much as she could. And it is great that she's actually going through it, that she has actually been on that journey for, I'm not sure if it's already been a decade or something, but yeah. She is humble. She is simple. She is humble. That is the good making. That is what good makings of a content creator should be. A good content creator or a good streamer. Someone who's humble, someone who's real, and at the same time someone who's able to relate to others. Basically, she has a big following on Twitch. A very big following. Probably on other platforms too, but yeah.
I just thought that I would stream to, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time.
Yeah.
Make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life. But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar to stream, and that's how I started VTubing. It took me a while to take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to take it seriously around the time when I was approached to join VShojo, and it was through VShojo that I was able to grow into the Iron Mouse that I am today. When I was...
Let's just be real, virtual YouTubers are not for everyone. But virtual YouTubers are for content creators who want to actually hide their identities and try to actually take on a persona that they actually want to be, actually want to express themselves as. Like, I started with Kitsune Ai, and ever since, the thing that I know about virtual YouTubers is they want to actually portray a certain character, and they want to actually relate to and they actually want to have fans on watching them like an idol, like the idol that they were turning out to be. So when I heard about Kitsune Ai being mistreated by the actual firm that she's contracted on, I kind of feel that she's being mistreated. I kind of feel that it's being unfair to her, considering that she is actually working hard to making sure that that there is constant content being given to everyone. So, oh, hold on. Give me a moment, guys. I am being called up, so I'll be right back.
Okay. VIP is where you find me at. Higher than the seat on my private jet. Four-door Lambo, I'm buying that. I'm mad 'cause some bitches Okay. Okay. Okay.
Tell me what you know about that Taylor gang shit. We be poppin' champagne, that's the poet on a bitch. Lead a club with a girl, I ain't never gon' forget. She slop on my knob, but she don't spit. Getting trippy as I wanna with my niggas out in Dallas. Look at Juicy J, he ballin' like the Mavericks. Me and all my niggas and a bunch of automatics. If a nigga run up on me, I'ma let that nigga hit his
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna have to forgive me, but my aunt actually needed some answers in regards to the which flooded areas are not passable. But anyway, I lost my train of thought, so I unfortunately am gonna have to keep watching the video. So, what can I say? Real life, huh?
I was approached in 2020 and asked to join Vishojo. It seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people, because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried about expectations and a million and one other things. But I ultimately decided to join Vishojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you. I would always be told how important I was for the company. And I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt-tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life, so one amazing thing for me was the fact that VShojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information. So that was always a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years, Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following 2 subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Let's just be real about this. Iron Mouse has been doing very well when it comes to supporting immune deficient individuals like herself, and this is actually supposed to be a good thing. Now, I don't know what changed during the years of VShojo's treatment on her actual cause for this, but they should not have withheld the nurturing. They should not have withheld the funds for the nurturing goals that she has. They should not have withheld those funds. They should not have delayed those funds. Therefore, making sure that those like her can actually make it. But no. What has happened? Honestly, couple that with the fact that VShojo is starting to degrade. Okay, I don't know exactly what VShojo has. VShojo has problems with Matara-Khan and Zentreya. I don't know what their problems are with those two, but considering that this is going to be disastrous, as a number of people, as a number of immunodeficient individuals won't be getting some support because of this thing. This is really disastrous. It is hard for a corporal VTuber to leave their corporal firm because it is heartbreaking to see. Oh my god. Okay, there is division, okay? There is division of intent here. There is real division of intent. She definitely is leaving VShojo for good to make sure that she doesn't transact with them again. And she should not have... And there's a part of me that tells me that she should not leave them just to make sure that she gets all the funds first, but considering that she doesn't trust them, probably because of VShojo's disastrous mistakes with other VTubers, I think it is a good decision. And I think it's also a good thing that she does leave, because if they're going to drop support for disadvantaged individuals, considering that they don't have a heart, it would make me actually portray them as they don't have a heart. My god. It's not just a workplace problem anymore. It's them actually thinking that their profits actually matter more than the noble causes that their talents have. So basically, they don't want to heal the world. They want to keep their deep pockets supplied with profit. It is just so crazy to me that things like these happen, but sucks to be VShojo. They're starting to lose virtual YouTubers because of their disastrous mistakes. And Iron Mouse's departure from VShojo is gonna be felt hard. And I don't think I'm going to be alone in saying that VShojo is turning black. I don't think that I am alone in this. VShojo is turning black. Mark my words. This will be the beginning of their spiraling downfall here.
Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required VShojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success. So I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked VShojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, VShojo has not paid the charity.
A year? They withheld funds for a year? Let me just be real. They should be sued. They should absolutely be sued. Iron Mouse has done the right thing for demanding it after a while of VShojo withholding the funds. A year? Nah. This is them pocketing the money, bro. They're gonna be doing a settlement. Oh my god, they're gonna be for. I don't see VShojo going through a legal battle, so they're gonna settle. They're probably gonna settle with. They're gonna be forced to settle because she's got a strong case against them. I don't think VShojo's gonna go through it on a legal battle here. I don't think VShojo's gonna go through a legal battle here. They have to settle.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity. We almost always raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They help people with primary immune deficiency diseases, or PI, which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection, and this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified, I was lonely, and I was confused. I honestly didn't really know what was going on, and I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately, that's not the case. As much as I would like to continue to talk about this, unfortunately, I can't. So, to recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000 from VShojo. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I am at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm very sad and very confused. Once again, I want to apologize to the Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community who has shown so much support to me. I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I really haven't had much time to process this. But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Thankfully, any donations made through Tiltify go directly to the charity. That link is also there if you've heard about this and would like to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Sometime this month, I plan on doing a special live stream in order to raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I hope to have a ton of friends joining me, and hopefully there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and just a day full of happiness. I just honestly really want to show that after all of this, that VTubing is a force for good. So thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And once again, I want to say that I am truly sorry. Okay. Bye-bye.
Free Shoujo is definitely going. Free Shoujo is definitely going to burn for funds if they actually go through a trial like this. There is no absolute way that they should take her on through legal proceedings because she's got a strong case, no matter how many years it may take. Because if they do this, this is going to stain their image. You know what I think Shoujo is going to do onto the legal proceedings? They will settle straight and they will give her the exact money that they owe them, that they owe her. It is disgraceful. And what they've done to her is absolutely uncalled for. Let's just be real. What they've done to her is absolutely uncalled for. Should not have happened in the first place, but no. It just had to happen. Disgusting. Dude, I simply hate what they've done. I simply hate what they've done. What the hell, bro? What the hell? What kind of lines are they crossing, bro? They're turning black. They're turning into a black company, bro. There's no way they're not. There's no way they are not a black company, bro. This is insane. Wait, how long is it supposed to? Wait a second. I don't know about this. How long is it supposed to actually? Hold on. Give me a moment here. Hold on. Let me just check my shit first. What is the... It's records and streams, right? It's at 2154. Is where it begins, right? So what's this other one? What's this other one? Give me a moment here, guys.
We're actually gonna go for it.
Oh. This is AM. Okay, got it, got it. Okay, never mind. I thought... Okay, never mind. So it's... Never mind, I thought that was something else, but okay. So this is PM. Reactions and commentary. Show more options. Paste it here. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to upload. And I'm going to edit this immediately. Because let's just be real. There is a need for us to actually make sure. Okay? There's absolutely a need for us to actually make sure that things go well. If you can't force it that way, I don't know. Honestly. Give me a moment here. It's at least doing that. It's at least doing that. Hi, for anyone else actually checking out my channel. Hello, hello. Just making sure that you guys are satisfied and whatever, but I'm not really that entirely satisfied, but all the same, we're actually there. I'm still going to make sure that things look okay. Before we move on with stuff. What's Lycane doing right now? What's the piece of shit doing right now? Hmm? Ah, great. More slots in casino, huh? Vitali's cameraman is gambling, guys. Vitali's cameraman is gambling. He can't do much right now because at the moment, the more he does IRL shit, the more he'll catch attention to himself. So he does gambling streams and shit. Okay? Six days ago, basically, he's just making sure that he gets a lot of views when it comes to his gambling streams, dude. This piece of shit. This piece of shit keeps on giving himself something.
Where do I go with the 600? One spin.
I'm not going to be part of his chat. No way.
Was that Dixie that said this? Mad love to you, Dixie. Mad love to you, Dixie. Should you think we should go one more 500 on this, Dixie? Yeah, the 100x came out of nowhere. What the fuck? Move? Okay. Okay.
I wanna go back in time to when things were easier before it got all complicated. Oh.
Can we spend like the 500 or 600 on one spin? Pocket, we're doomed. Yeah, Pocket, do you know any game? Choose something, man. Dixie is choosing. Ooh! Anonymous with the gifted to Ohio Andy. Normal bonus on Le Bandit, 500 one. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm taking home 10,000.
My God, this piece of shit just keeps continuing. He just keeps continuing to expose himself for the bullshit he's doing, bro. He keeps continuing to do his bullshit, bro. What is he trying to prove? That he is a better gambler than an IRL streamer? Is this a shift in his content, bro? This is a shift in his content that I haven't actually seen. Okay, this probably started because of the guideline of the broadcasting guidelines that the Philippines has right now when it comes to IRL streaming. Because if you're broadcasting and you're not blurring faces often, you are going to get in trouble. So he's probably doing the kick streams to actually change up his content. So basically he's doing gambling streams this time to actually throw people off to think that he's actually not IRL streaming. Here's the problem with that. The number of videos that he has still catch him IRL streaming, and he keeps going to public places. He keeps going to public places even after May. Even after Vitaly has been supposedly transferred to the penal system, to the actual jail system. But no, he thinks he actually bailed out of jail. Nope, he's still back at the Bureau of Immigration's detention center, bro. Thanks to Vitaly's bullshit at the end of March and in the beginning of April, basically his arrest generated the reinforcement of the guidelines in regards to broadcasting. If you don't have any prior permission to actually broadcast people's faces, you are required, legally required, to blur out or censor their faces from your live streams or from your edits in general. Okay? That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm making sure of this time, because I know for a fact that as a content creator, as a streamer, you are held responsible for the kind of content that you actually dish out. Regardless of what your own chat says, you think of your own content. You don't follow what they want. You don't follow what they want. Fuck what they want. Okay? You give yourself the integrity. You don't allow others to state what your integrity should be. No. Even if they are your audience, they do not control what you dish out as content. Bro. That's the real difference between content creator and your viewers, bro. Keep it interactive, sure, but also keep it respectful. That's how your community, that's how you foster your community, bro. That is how it should actually work. But in reality, is that what's happening? Is that actually what's happening? No. That's actually not what's happening, bro. What is happening is more bullshit. I mean, you see the likes of nuisance streamers at this time, right? You see the reasons why that nuisance streaming is not a good thing, and that IRL streaming's reputation is being stained because of these nuisance streamers. Johnny Somali is going to be made an example of in South Korea, and Vitaly is going to spend time in prison, but more time behind bars, awaiting trial. He's going to take longer than 18 months. He's not going to take exactly 18 months or less than 18 months. He's going to take longer than 18 months because he deserves it. Vitaly Zodorovetsky deserves what he got because he shot his shit too much without ever perceiving of the consequences that come after every questionable action that he's done in the Philippines. Okay? And he got confronted by someone who knows how content creation works. He got confronted by someone who knows how relationships work, how conversations work, how these things work, basically. He got confronted by someone, he ignored that person, and he got arrested for it, not thinking that karma is hitting him. Vitaly Zodorovetsky gets exactly what he deserves. By being penalized for what he's done, he gets humbled by only a few months. He's only crying. He loses his juiced up body. And now he's at a sorry state. He has hair. He has actual hair actually coming out of his beard right now. So do I feel sympathy for him? A part of me does. Only 20% does feels. 20% of me feels sympathy. The rest of it, fuck him. He deserves what he gets. He deserves all the hate and the backlash he gets. He's absolutely asking for it, and now he's got it. He shot his shit way too much. You can bite me all you want, but that's not going to change my opinion of him. That is not going to change my opinion of him. He shot his shit way too much. Johnny Somali is no exception. He started this bullshit, and he's now going to pay for it, considering that he is in legal jeopardy. No matter what he does next, no matter the types of salvaging that he does to actually save his reputation, he thought that Alex Novell was on his side. Alex Novell is a piece of shit on his own, but at least he done what he could to at least keep it objective. But there were things that were inconsistent, like legal mindset, actual portrayal of women and younger persons, younger than he is. There were inconsistencies of those. Okay, you gotta hate these types of people, seriously. But at least for the most part, Alex gets to keep his cinematography career, because he didn't entirely follow his bias. Because Johnny Somali is not his bias, even if he got drunk with Johnny Somali, considering that he is actually a questionable person. But no, at least Alex didn't go off the deep end. But still, he's got questionable content. Even he himself has questionable content. I don't want to watch it. It is not my cup of tea. Even if I want to actually watch it, it's not my cup of tea. I will now be unsubscribing to Alex Novell, because his bullshit doesn't matter.
Do you want to talk about why you banned RDean2134, who...
Seriously, fuck you. Ludwig clips. Ludwig. Whatever. You know, I should probably get back into Arma 3. Try to do some actual content for Arma 3, because I feel like I actually want to actually maintain my presence there. Uh-oh. Kason? What do you have to say about that?
Yes, I have set it to subscribers only who has subscribed for my channel for over 24 years. No, 24 hours, I'm sorry. 24 hours. Sorry, because there was a lot of people who are talking about something that are super unrelated. Hope you guys could understand that. So, first of all, I would like to tell you guys that this stream is going to be about my story. I am not going to say anything about the other talents, because of course they could they have their own channels, they have their own voices, and they can explain everything directly. Like, I think it has to be directly from them in this kind of situation. Yes, so this stream is gonna be all about my situation, about me only. Yes, and And what I wanted to tell you guys is that, first of all, I was already planning to leave VShojo this month. That's
Oh shit!
specifically, on
K-san? K-san! What? No way.
the 31st. Yes. And the reason why? Because, VShojo hasn't paid a significant amount.
Oh my god, Iron Mouse is not alone in this. It's not that just VShojo had withheld funds to actually help the immunodeficiency organization. They're also withholding funds from other. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Yep, VShojo's black. I'm confirming it. The VShojo is black.
Amount of money to me too. Yes, this is the truth. Yes, and for that, what should
I'm just gonna comment down for this video. I'm just watching from average VTuber enjoyer, titled "K-san addresses her current situation in VShojo." I'm going to be subscribing to this one because it was a lifesaver. VShojo is back. Don't like it? Sue me. Sue me. VShojo is black. Don't like it? Sue me. Yeah. Go right ahead. Oh my god, this is bad for VShojo for all the worst reasons. This is bad for all the worst reasons, bro.
I say? They haven't paid me since last year. I guess it was September. Till that time, it was good. Everything was good. I did not have any complaints. Well, sometimes the payment was kind of slow. It was really not on time, but they paid. So I was like, okay, they're getting slow again. And then recently, well, it was becoming like, oh my god, this is not good. This is too late, and everything is. I think something is going wrong. That was like, there's so many limited things. I could say, I'm trying to say it very correctly and very, politely here. Yes. There's legal situations going on, so I can't say anything about the other talents, but if they owe me, I guess. So I have been lied to from the company a lot about the situation. So my payment stopped last September. I was asking, what's going on?
What is going on?
Multiple times. All they said was, it's gonna be paid, it's gonna be paid, it's gonna be paid. And it was never paid. And I think it will.
It's gonna be paid, it's gonna be paid. Oh no. You never want to hear from the company that you work under. You will be paid. You will be paid. 1 month passes, you will be paid. 1 month passes, no, you will be paid plus an extra. You will be paid another month. You will be paid another month. No, excuse after excuse after excuse. If VShojo is going to keep procrastinating, yes, definitely they will start. They will collapse. The collapse probably has already started long before Iron Mouse. Yeah. This is never looking good for them. What do they get for withholding those funds? What do they get?
It's gonna be paid, it's gonna be paid, it's gonna be paid. And it was never paid. And I think it will never be. Yes. The reason why I waited so long was that if I like say, okay, I'm gonna reveal this information and I'm gonna quit. If I say that, I thought they were not going to pay me the amount they owe. And that was scary for me. But so recently, I've decided, fuck it, I'm leaving. And I was about to tell you guys that I will be leaving this month. And I was getting ready for that. I wasn't ready for today's, whatever came out today. I was not ready. There were so many things that I didn't know, but this is what I know, and this is my story. Yes. And I will have the VShojo CEO, VShojo JP CEO, explain this to you guys, because I have done so many, well, it's not so many, it's only about 2. I've done 2 streams with him. I was saying all the good things about VShojo. Fucking embarrassed about this. Now that I know that I fucking lied to I'm so ashamed of myself for believing in someone who only had interest in our money. And I feel very sorry for the fans, because it all came from you guys. It all came from you guys' support. Right now, it's not about the money. It's all about the trust, betrayal. In the past, I've said so many positive things about VShojo, as you guys know. Like when I joined, I had a stream about like pros and cons about joining VShojo. Well, I don't believe in anyone right now. Yes, VShojo doesn't have the talent's IP. They do not own our models. They do not own our channels. They cannot touch our channels. So all we lost is a significant amount of money. Yes, I am not planning to join any other companies. Right now I have no connection to nothing. I'm in a protection mode. I'm going to protect all my money. I hate everyone.
Oh my god. I love it that she spins it with positivity. But Kason, oh my god. Oh my god. This definitely feels like it's, yeah. This is bad for VShojo. This is absolutely bad for VShojo. This is not good. Absolutely not good. Oh my god. I hate this so much, bro. I hate this so much.
There's a topic I cover from time to time that always seems to ruffle some feathers and get people squirming in their chairs. And
this is Charlie, by the way. Penguin Z0 is also known as Moist Critical. Penguin Z0 is Moist Critical on the streaming world, but Penguin Z0 is the content creator. Charlie, by the way, is behind both usernames. Anyway, yeah.
I have less than kind things to say about some of the biggest players in the industry. But I just can't help myself. I can't bite my tongue on it. I'm like Winnie the Pooh poking a beehive because I'm addicted to the honey inside. And in this case, that honey is vindication. For a while now, I have bah humbugged VTuber agencies. I've seen a lot of the contracts that some of the top talent were locked into with these organizations, and they are extraordinarily corrupt. I think the agencies in this space are exploitative, and they treat their talent more like prisoners. It is unbelievable the depths of greed that these agencies in the VTuber space have succumbed to. But before I dive deeper into the spaghetti and the meatballs on my disdain for VTuber agencies in the industry, I would like to give you the catalyst for why I'm talking about it again today. It's because Iron Mouse just made a really sad video about why she's leaving VShojo. VShojo being another huge player in the VTuber space. They are a massive agency that's represented some of the top talent.
Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by VShojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from VShojo.
For those that don't know who Iron Mouse is, she is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch in terms of subscribers. She even broke the all-time subscriber record, and she has a primary immunodeficiency disease. She has CVID. So she does a lot of charitable work for this organization, and apparently she's just discovered that VShojo hasn't fully paid what they owed her personally, and they haven't paid the money that they owe to the charitable foundation that she was fundraising for, something that she does often, but VShojo is required in this process because they handle her money in certain cases, which is not uncommon in the space. Like, I'm gonna get deeper into like a lot of things with VTuber agencies that I've tiptoed around quite a bit in the past, but I want to like fully go into the weeds of it here. But let me just go ahead and explain where that number's coming from, the $500,000 owed to charity that VShojo still hasn't paid.
They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success, so I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done.
Guys, give me a moment here. I'm just gonna like mute for a bit because hold on. Can I like do the captions then? No, never mind. Oh wait! I can do the captions. Let's generate the captions first, or defaults, and then we're just gonna do the rest and whatever. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Continue the whatever this is while I'm waiting.
The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked VShojo.
Mouse ran a subathon. It was extremely successful and raised a ton of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. And VShojo did pay it out the first time around, but when she came back for the second time the following year, it was even bigger. It broke records and it raised over $500,000 that were supposed to go to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. That has still not been paid out to the charitable organization to this day, according to Iron Mouse. Now, I've seen a little bit of confusion, people wondering why would VShojo even be handling that money in the first place? Why wouldn't it just come directly from Iron Mouse? Since
Look, if you ask me, VShojo should be entirely audited and it should be dissolved as a company. Yeah, go right at it. Sue me. It should absolutely be audited, and it should dissolve as a company. They all revert their own talent money. They shouldn't exist as a company. If they're turning black, I don't believe that they're turning black. I think they are already black. No. Oh my god, they're crazy. They're absolute nuts. They are absolutely nuts. I hate them for actually doing this, bro. I hate them. What?
This YouTuber had his home invaded with thieves making off with around $1 million worth of valuables while him, his wife, and son were held hostage. However, the internet isn't entirely convinced that it actually happened, with some viewers pointing out that the thieves and him had some very questionable choices right after the theft happened, which apparently don't quite add up. And now people are wondering, was this an actual heist or a carefully staged stunt for views? Now let's be real. I mean, considering how many times that we've already seen creators chasing clicks with wilder and wilder content every day, it wouldn't wouldn't really be a surprise that people would be, you know, pretty quick to question that. But at the same time, once the police get involved, faking something like this at this scale always becomes a whole different game. Because, you know, filing a false police report could easily land you in jail in pretty much any country in the world. But obviously, it's not like that would be a shocker here on this channel compared to what we've covered in the past. Either way though, meet Alfredo Valenzuela, a 32-year-old YouTuber from Sonora, Mexico, whose content essentially revolves around high-end sports cars and extreme car modifications. His YouTube channel description pretty much sums it up. I upload daily videos about my life along with tons of car content. And it's safe to say this dude has been committed to the lifestyle, since he has not only been making videos about cars, but also owns a vehicle customization workshop, sells online make money courses, you know, those types of people, operates a cell phone store, and runs a restaurant on top of all that. So Alfredo is clearly very diversified. Then on top of that, he's also extremely open about his love for gambling. Because if you check his Twitter account, he's constantly posting his sports betting combinations, hoping to hit it big. But Alfredo,
oh my god, he's a stake.com addict and gambling. God
which
damn it.
is significant to the story because the city is considered not only one of the safest areas in Mexico, but also in all of Latin America. So what happened? Well, on Monday, June 23rd, in the early hours of the morning, Alfredo's world would get turned upside down. According to reports, 5 heavily armed men stormed into his house. At that moment, Alfredo's wife was actually live streaming on TikTok, and the invasion was partially and unintentionally captured during her broadcast. Yeah, saying that's horrifying is an understatement. The suspects reportedly held Alfredo, his wife, and their baby at gunpoint. They demanded access to a safe that contained luxury watches, jewelry, and a substantial amount of cash. The estimates suggest there was about 1 million pesos in cash alone, just sitting that safe, which is about $53,000. But that wasn't all they took. The criminals also made it off with Alfredo's Lamborghini Urus, valued at around like 250,000 US dollars. And then when
oh my god,
cash, the jewelry, the watches, the Lamborghini, authorities estimated the total value of stolen goods was about 25 million pesos, or roughly $1.3 million.
Oh my
After this robbery, Alfredo started posting videos on his social media accounts. In one of them, he shows bruises on him and his wife's bodies, clearly being emotional as he recounts what happened, urging authorities to strengthen security in his area. And the most harrowing moment comes when Alfredo speaks about his son and recalls how one of the attackers pointed a firearm directly at the child's head. Now, depending on if you actually believe this story or not, either you feel extremely terrible for the guy or you think, how would someone ever make up something like this for content? It's like the good castle and evil castle meme route. But either way, after the incident, the authorities did not treat it like a joke. San Pedro police immediately set up security checkpoints along major roads in the area, a standard protocol for such situations. The state attorney general's office launched a formal investigation. Here's what some of the details began to emerge about how the robbery actually went down. According to the prosecutor, the perpetrators accessed the home through a mountainous area, basically bypassing the standard security measures, which indicates they were not only familiar with the area, but they'd actually planned this whole thing out. And a few days later, Alfredo himself decided to explore that same mountainous area and documented everything, sharing on video on his channel of the path that the intruders likely used to approach his house. But not too long after, the stolen Lamborghini was actually found abandoned in an underground parking lot at a Walmart in the local area. So according to surveillance footage, the criminals were being followed by another vehicle as they drove the stolen SUV, pointing out to some sort of coordinated operation that may have involved even more people than initially suspected. Later on that week, the state attorney general's office reported that Colombian criminal groups may have been operating in the city of San Pedro. During an interview, Nuevo Leon's attorney general, Javier Flores Saldivar. Oh man, there's probably so many names I'm botching here in this video. During an interview, Nuevo Leon's attorney general, Javier Flores Saldivar, stated the investigation suggests one of these gangs may have been involved in this robbery. He explained they reportedly entered through the back, which is a mountainous area. There's been several cases here involving Colombian gangs. They operate here in Jalisco, which is another Mexican state. But here's where things start to get a little bit complicated, because despite all the official police involvement and the investigation, a significant portion of Alfredo's audience started doubting this whole story, and they're worried it's all fake. So I guess the biggest red flag for the skeptics here is the timing of the events. First, the robbery allegedly happened, and then on the same day, a highly polished video recounting the entire incident was uploaded to his channel. A sequence of events that for some people felt a little bit too convenient to be true. Another thing that raised eyebrows for skeptics was the spike in views, as engagement on this particular video exploded compared to his previous uploads. Because, I mean, to be real, we've already seen creators pull off stunts way more extreme than this for views, as outrageous as the idea of
nah, okay. Let's go for another one. Another type and shit. Workplace culture, right? There's a need.
Wait beats music. Wait beats music. Great beats music. Great beats music.
Okay.